Hello, welcome back to ABI-DOS. Yeah, last episode we spent quite some time using new stuff. Got an oscillator here which has these pointer movers. We'll see if we'll reach these pointer moves again in this next level, called the Rotator. Let's see if we can do this. Alright, Rotator. This program generates a binary signal that cycles through 4 outputs. Start sending 8? Okay. Start sending 8 to S5 and 0 to other signals for reading S0. Continue sending 8 while cycling through inputs based on the key provided by S0. 2 descend... Huh? 2 descending order, 4 no rotation, 6 ascending order. So if it checks a 2, it will go descending from 5 back to 8. If it checks a 2, it will... What? Wait. Here it goes back to signal 5, then this 2... Wait, this 2 is like redundant, I guess, but it's just there because it's there. Basically, from this 2 onwards, it keeps going down from 8765 and then loops back to 8765 and loops back. When it reaches a 6, it will then move to 785678, and then when it reaches this 2, it will go back down. It reaches the 4, it will stop rotating, so when it reaches the 4, it will stay at signal 6. Then this will cause it to go up again and then go up again, and then at this 4, it will continue going at 6. Okay, so basically, based on what S0 sends out, we have to change the thing that happens to the signal. Ooh, wait, we got new stuff. Hold on. We got writers and writers A and B. Writes the U-bits value to the icon X positions under the... Writes the U-bits value to the icon X positions in the writer direction. Writes X to the icon 1 position in the writer direction. The range is 0 to 2 here. Excluding ports, so you can't write on ports. This is a port. Right, okay. So this will write whatever value is written here, like an 8 for example. It will write this 8 onto this thing here. And is this triggerable? Triggerable. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, it will write, when triggered, it will turn this to an 8. Okay, whereas this one, in one position towards the direction it's pointing at, it will write this value onto this icon. So if this was an equal 7, it will instead convert it to an equal 0. Okay, that's really interesting. How do I use that? Also, do you hear this new music? I think this is new music. I don't think I've heard this before. We also have a really big space here, so that's really cool. I have no idea how this 2, 4, and 6... These 2, 4, and 6 seem very... They seem very deliberate. Like the fact I'm using 2, 4, 6, and 8 as opposed to any other 4 values. Is there a reason as to why? I don't know, I don't think there is. How will I use these writers? I also have access to port X and Y now, those are actually recommended. So I guess I should use them. Yeah. Okay, I guess we can use these writers to write 8 and 0, right? And these will convert the equalizers to 8 and 0, basically. So what happens is there will be an X that consistently pipes objects through. So this will happen basically. And then there will be an equalizer that will cause this value to be equal to something. And basically what this detects will cause the X's, or will cause these equalizers to turn into different values between A and 0. That seems valid. It's just that, how do I make an increasing or decreasing sequence? Because once it detects a 2, what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to somehow cause this to be an 8, then backwards, then backwards, then backwards. So this music is odd. This music is very weird sounding. This music doesn't seem in time at all. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, I'm very confused as to how to make this work. How to cause the detection of the value of 2 to mean a decreasing. How do I even change? How do I even form a decreasing pattern over here? How do I make it so that like I can copy this over and over? Right? But how do I make it so that it'll go this, then this, then this, then this, and reach all the way back up? Is it a, I mean, it's a rotator, so it's almost like an oscillator of some kind, right? In fact, it does feel like an oscillator of some kind. I feel like I could just, no. I feel like I could do the same thing as the previous oscillator. Let me see that. Like what I did here, yeah, oscillator is, oh, that's why it's, okay. So, the plus always causes you to move forward, but a minus or a different value here will cause different things to happen, is the issue. And that must be maintained. So if it detects a 2, you must maintain a decreasing. I'm trying to understand how the game wants me to use these writers. Can I write a writer? Can I actually write a writer? Let me just check this first. So this will write the U-bits value. So let's say it writes the U-bits value 1 away. And this makes it a 1. So this will change this into a 1. Oh my gosh, it really will. So you can write on a writer. Is that what I want to do, is the question. See, because the interesting thing is, right? Based on... Wait. Oh, 0 to 2. I was like, could you move -2? But no. We haven't had a thing that can rotate something else yet. So like, I'm thinking, is it possible to have a writer write a number onto this value, which then points to up or down, like if it detects a 2, that's why 2, 4, and 6, right? Wait, this is interesting, but I don't think it helps still. And I can't do it on ports. Are these ports? Let's try. Let's try seeing if I can write the value of like maybe like 8 onto this thing. Whoa! You can. Oh my goodness. Those are not ports. You can actually change those values. Oh, that is very interesting. This is definitely how we're getting into it, I guess. Yeah. Okay, which means that what we actually cannot change is this value, right? Okay. Can you go away? What? Isn't this like excluding ports? Are these not ports? Are these ports? Huh, these are ports. Oh, I guess it's just to make sure you don't get duplicates of a port that already exists. That is very... yeah, you don't get multiple inputs, basically. You can get as many... Wait, okay, so what happens if I turn this into an 8 and then ask it to read 8? Or ask it to call out something from 8? What happens? Oh, it only goes up to 4. Alright, let's call this at 4 then. Oh, what? It only goes up to 2? Why 2? Oh, it's this position, right. This is the one that calls it. So let's go to 4. It doesn't call out anything because there is no signal 4. So, okay, anything above any existing output doesn't count. It has to be a 0. Which means even if we made this a 4, nothing will come out. What if I called everything out? What will come out of the 4? A 0 still comes out of the 4. I wonder why. What if I made this an 8 then? What comes out of the 8? Still 0. It still counts this as this thing. Even though I wrote a 0. Okay, wait, then... okay, then if I turn this 6 into an 8, will this count as a 6 input or an 8 input? It counts as a 6 input, even though it writes an 8 there. Okay, so I guess that's what it means why you can't write the value of ports down. If I made it a bit later so I can definitely see there's a change then. It still writes to 6, yeah, okay. So you can't actually change the value. Dang, I thought I could do something with this, but I can't. Okay, fine, fine. Those are ports, I guess. Those are in fact ports. Yeah, this is an input port. Okay, fine. Alright, that means we have to find another idea now. Another idea. I'm like totally stuck otherwise. How the two... why are 2, 4, 6 and 8 chosen? A 4 seems to... okay, first, can I build a machine that allows ports to go in singular directions, decreasing directions, and increasing directions? Is that possible? Maybe with nullifiers I could, but nullifiers only allow 2 states to occur, a state where they get affected by the conveyors and a state where they don't. So I can only select 2 out of the 3 possible outputs, where either nothing changes, they increase or they decrease, but I can choose 2 of those 3 to use with nullifiers. Unless I had 2 nullifiers or something, but that doesn't really make sense either. Okay, we're not dealing with multiple outputs here, we're dealing with a singular 8 that comes out in a flow. So we want to be able to build a machine that can move from 5, 6, 7, 8 That's why I'm thinking there has to be a separate X for each of these, right? And then, based on the value given here, there exists a writer that will either go up twice or down twice. I can't change the direction of the writer, so something's definitely not gonna work there. What if I wrote it on a 0? Actually, does it write on its own? This will write the U-bits value. Okay, so let's say I produce an X that writes the value of 2. Does it write 2 on itself? It does. That's odd. But okay, can I write -2 onto it? I don't know if that's allowed. No, it can't go below 2. I was thinking a negative value would push it down here. So any writer can really only go up to 2 spaces above it. which is very weird because I need 4 spaces, so I need 2 writers. Yeah, I need 2 writers or something. If we also need to send out 0, like for each of these, right, it's not just sending out 8 and then nothing else comes out. The rest have to receive 0 first, according to this text over here. 0 to other signals. So theoretically speaking, there should be an equalizer to each of these and a writer that will basically write the value of 8 on something. And I can write values on the writers, which is why I'm thinking that I should do this. But okay. I don't like that this only goes up to 2. I can't make it 0.3 up. It's so annoying that I can't do that. Like, why isn't that allowed? Does this not help with transmission? I don't know. Also, whenever something changes, this doesn't. I can't just point something and say it becomes 8. The previous thing needs to become a 0. So there must there exist. Must there exist 2 pointers per column? One to point it to 8, one to direct it to 0. Okay. So if instead I had something like something like this. I don't think I have space. I don't have space, but I could probably make this a lot easier on myself. An equalizer here will equalize it to either 0 or 8. And yeah, I guess because they're so short, I can probably just have 2 columns of it going on. And then what happens is something else comes through and basically it either goes forward or gets conveyed forward. And depending on which way it goes, we'll either write the value of 8. Wait. Wait, this only writes the value of 8. Okay, wait. I can make this even easier on myself, I think, by having the single bit simply. Oh no, but okay, I need to hold on here. If a 4 is detected, I was gonna say that instead of actually something like this, I can put them all in like a row. And there will exist like I can just put them all in a row and there should exist and there should exist a line that will either write. See, the issue is that this line, I can't make it a straight line. Okay, hold on. I still don't know how to make the increasing decreasing thing happen. Like, I don't get it at all. How does the value of 2 lead to this? How do I even build a machine that does this is the question, right? Like, even without the 2, let's just say I want a machine that causes a decrease at all times. How do I do that? How do I do that? How do I do that? Well, if I were to do that, a lot of interesting things would have to happen. If it detects a 2... No. If it detects a 2, then what happens is that if it did... Oh, what? What? What do they want? I don't know what they want from me. If it detects a 2, they want a decrease, but how do I make a decrease? I'm thinking really hard here, like, do they want... See, I can't make it so that each of these occupy 3 by 3, right? So like, that's why it's so weird to me. The space does not work out. Maybe if I did this, the space would work out. Five, 6, 7, 8. But then again, like, this will only work in decreasing. It won't work for the increasing. It won't work for nothing at all. I need to... I'm thinking of finding an elegant... Okay, let's look at the challenge, right? That is tiny. Oh, that's not tiny, but it is... Oh, interesting. Okay, that's not bad. That's not too small, but that could give me an idea of how things are done. It looks like in the vertical columns, each of these can occupy exactly 1. If I ordered it, I can order it 5, 6, 7, 8. I can definitely also make it a whole loop if I wanted to. Yeah, you know what? I could make it a whole loop if I wanted it to, don't I? Couldn't I? But I don't want to make it a whole loop because it's going to take up a lot of space. I want to be able to, for everything that comes out, push it back by 1. There has to be some elegant way of doing it, right? If it detects a 2, could we divide by -2 gives us... No, wait, no. Why am I can subtract 3 and then interesting will start to happen. I can subtract 4 actually, and interesting things will start to happen. If I subtracted 4 from all of these guys, a -2 would then mean decreasing, a 0 would mean staying the same, and a positive 2 would then mean increasing. Of course, a 0 itself would also mean a negative 4, which is really weird, but we don't have to do that. We can always filter all the zeros out. I don't want to do that though, that's like really odd. I don't know if I want to do that. It's always easy to just check. Right? Just check for 2, 4, and 6. I want maybe a track that goes that has a port this way and a port this way. That sort of goes forward and backward based on whether it detects a 6 or a 4. And it will always be exit out this way. And this track can go along a line that but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't increase or decrease anything. It just goes forward and backwards, which has the illusion of increasing and decreasing, but in reality probably wouldn't do anything. Right? The issue is that the writer either has it either writes a pre-written value, or it writes the value of a bit passing through it. So which is useful to me? If I could change the value of a bit, that would be very helpful. Like, what happens is that I can't even change, but this doesn't work. This only changes its value. It doesn't increase or decrease. If I could decrease the port's value by 1, then yeah, I could just have all of these be decreasing by 1 when 2 is detected, and then the same value will be sent in, and then you'll get something that sort of works. But no, this writes a value. Also, like, the fact that it writes 8 and 0 and then checks for 2, 4, and 6 is still really weird to me. Also, the input that comes out, is it colored? Whoa. Is it colored? Like, it's not colored, is it? No, it's not colored. I don't know why this is colored, but it's not colored. I mean, it will be the exact same thing either way. Just check for 2, 4, and 6, and it's the same with checking for each of the colors. I'm just wondering why it's not colored. Okay. Okay, wait, hold on. If I had another export here, and some Y ports, this is a 0 writer, this is an 8 writer. Let's say we have a 0 writer and an 8 writer somewhere. 8. Alright. Okay, there's no space here, but let's just say something like this happens. You get all these plus shapes, which seems interesting. Issue is that these plus shapes require a bit to go over them. They can't just be activated, right? Can they be activated? Let's see. Nope. They have to pass over, I would assume. Yeah, okay, passing over. That's why, okay, that's what makes it either easier or more difficult. I don't know if it's easier or more difficult or not. what was my initial idea again? Is to have a vertical track. A vertical track that goes down and basically activates. It becomes an 8. It becomes an 8, activates this like this. So what happens is, in this case, it will activate, it will become an 8. It will activate this, and then activate everything. Ooh, I think that can work, right? It will do this, activate 8, and then use a B state to activate everything. And what happens is that you will get 1 8 and then some zeros. Ah. And then it will repeat. So what happens is that... Okay, so what happens is that this will now... I need everything to reset to 0 before writing another 8 here, right? And then the same will happen. So how do I reset? I can have another Y port that sends out a 0 that writes back up here. Does that work? It could work. And then destroys it. And this, you can just copy... Oop, and copy. And copy. And so all the B states will basically... hold on, there might be an issue. Because this will send all of these out. So these will reset all to 0 first. This has to be slightly later. Which means that this has to be slightly in front. All of these to be slightly in front. And then all of these have to be slightly delayed as well. Okay, let's just get rid of everything. There you go. And then something like this happens. And then something like this happens. So this happens, right? Right. Oh, wait. But the issue is that this is so far in front that this won't write to it anymore. It needs to write to... It needs a 3, but it can't write a 3. Okay, well... That's fine, that's fine. That's... It doesn't have to be this fast. It can be slower. Actually, yeah, you know what? It can just go backwards. I'm pretty sure this is actually fine. If it just goes backwards instead. We have absolutely enough space to do that. This Y has to go really, really far out. Okay, let's get rid of all of these wires. Let's get rid of all of these symbols and then copy this over. So you get this sort of thing. Ooh, why do you get a second 8 here? Is this too fast? Yeah, it's too fast. Wow, if it's too fast, I just need to be really, really... I guess I can use the vertical. And like, I can do that, I can send one backwards and it will actually do a reverse. And if I had a final line over here that just continuously sends signals out, that will be the one that doesn't rotate at all. So I send one forward, I send one backward, and then I send one that doesn't do anything. Right now it's it's not good enough. Yeah, okay. So, okay, I can rebuild this. Let's go back and change to another one here. Reason why is because I want to preserve that so I don't forget. What I want to do is I want one that goes horizontally, and that makes it a lot easier for me. It does mean that I have to... What does it mean I have to do? means this. There's a pipe that goes here. The reader that reads 2 in this direction, what the heck was that? Did you see that? And then sends a B immediately after. We'll have to wait exactly 1 turn. And then we can do the same for our blue wire on the in the other direction if we need to. With another set of Bs, I think. So let's try this first. Okay. Of course I need some space, so I'm gonna bend all the things. Oh, why is this 2 like... Why is that 2 highlighted? Oh! Did I stack? Yeah, well, okay, firstly, how did I accidentally stack 2 items? I accidentally stacked 2 icons on top of each other. That's not normal. I have no idea. Okay, and then the Bs. Let's connect them all. We don't need this many wires, but I'll do it anyway. Sure, and we also need to connect it to the other. We also need to connect to the other wires, right? The wire that produces the opposite. This sort of deal. That will take a while before setting this to 0 again. Yeah, that's actually pretty easy to build. Okay. Oh. Okay. Eight. Error. Wait, why does... Ah, right, because because I'm currently on the no switch lane, but this is the one that switches. So actually we'll just check normally. We need to make sure that he's updating 0 correct. I can't even tell. Like, this is an error, but this is a different error. This detects a 0, right? I mean, a 0 comes out. Oh. Okay, no, but see, the problem with this is that this only takes the first thing that comes out. It takes any zeros after that and just goes away. I needed to work 1 cycle per output from 0, but now it works a full 4 cycles per output from 0. Which I don't think is right. This produces 4 outputs. Which it's not supposed to be the case. It should only produce 1 output for each 0. And then the next output will increment it. So now it should have cut off already. Then the next one will go through this path, and then this one will go to this path, and this one will go to this path. Is that really what should happen? Wow, okay, that's really odd. I guess, yeah, I guess this is all for nothing because that was for a completely different problem. This is for a problem that I'm not supposed to solve. It's supposed to be like this.